The Justin Robert Young Podcast, brought to you as always by everybody who pays us at PayJuryDaily.com. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the JuRY Daily Program. A cheers to all of our podcast listeners. A fine how do you do to all of our YouTube viewers. And, of course, explosive chef's kiss for everybody watching us live on twitch.tv/Justin R. Young. Ran across something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And that is this Atlas Obscura article. Remembering when Americans picnicked in cemeteries. For a time, eating and relaxing among the dead was a national pastime. Graveyards are very weird things. You know, on one hand, they are very personal. They are very reverential. They are very hallowed. They are creepy, obviously. They are silent. And yet, our relationship to graveyards are very often a model of our relationship to the dead. I almost wonder whether or not this trend, which, by the way, whenever there's a trend of like, hey, remember when we used to do some weird shit before the internet? It's like, yeah, well, we didn't have the internet. Hell, we didn't have cable. You know? Like, so what the fuck else are we gonna do? Like, we're just gonna sit around here by this grave and, like, you know, just straight up chill out. But I do almost wonder whether or not it is indicative of a healthier relationship with death. And whether or not we are getting further or closer to what we could consider to be a healthier relationship in the bygone era. You know, a bunch of my friends have gotten tickets to go see, there's like a series of movies that plays at a graveyard in L.A. That seems to be a really good use. People go out. It's a fun time. It oftentimes sells out. Does that mean that we're doing better? Or is it a sign of moral decay that we are not respecting the final resting places of these people? Well, let's read this Atlas Obscura article. Within the iron wrought walls of American cemeteries, beneath the shade of oak trees and tombs, stoic penumbras. Oh, my God. Go back to fucking writer school, hack. I'm going to read that again. Within the iron-wrought walls of American cemeteries, beneath the shade of oak trees and tombs, stoic penumbras, you can say many people, quote-unquote, rest in peace. However, not so long ago, people in the still-breathing sort gathered in graveyards to rest and dine in peace. During the 19th century, and especially in its latter years, snacking in cemeteries happened across the United States. It wasn't just apple munching alongside the winding avenues of graveyards. Since many municipalities still lacked proper recreational areas, many people had full-blown picnics in their local cemeteries. The tombstone-laden fields were the closest thing then to modern-day public parks. But here's the other thing is, like, back then, like, this is in a a pre-littering matters age in society. So, like, there's a great scene in Mad Men where the Drapers go out for a picnic and they have all their shit laid out. And then They're leaving. Betty just picks up the whatever you call the blanket and just like gives it like as if you're trying to beat out all the wrinkles on a bed sheet. Just kind of goes like rump rump. All the shit flies off and they just get in the car and leave. But that was something that like that's a recent thing in modern society. The idea that we should be beautifying our public places is a modern idea, at least in America. Is it creepy, though? Is picnicking in a graveyard creepy? Or should we bring it back? There are a bunch of really great pictures in this story here. There's a lot of like Illinois, a lot of Ohio, like the Midwest. Midwest like to fucking party in the graveyard. It's like it was going down in the graveyard. Like this picture here for everybody who's watching us on Twitch or YouTube. It's lit. It's lit. Everybody's out there. They're in their finest. They're patrolling amongst the graves. Maybe that's how graveyards were designed initially, right? Maybe we should push for a more modern interpretation of these rules. Jester Woot points out, graveyards, they're not just for goth girl sex anymore. Man, that reminds me of that Christine O'Donnell. Christine O'Donnell, the one who y'all remember her? She ran for office, I guess it was 2010. But her whole thing was she had to put out an ad that said, "I'm not a witch." But the reason why people were saying that she was a witch was because she was on Politically Incorrect back in the day and said that she accidentally she was like going on a date and accidentally found out that it was the leader of a coven and that she might have like banged this dude in a graveyard. Oh man, politics. And people ask me why I love politics. It's just so fun. Just so fun. All right, so there we go. Is picnicking in a graveyard creepy? I don't even know if I like picnicking, by the way. Picnicking always kind of seems like it's more trouble than it's worth. I guess, but really, like, what's the difference between a picnic and a cookout? Is it just the grill? Can you still be picnicking if there is an open flame? What are the rules on picnicking? I want to know the rules on picnicking. Like, is it just dried meats and spreadable cheeses? Maybe a bottle of wine? Having a little Beaujolais? Got yourself a nice little set, right? Maybe a little cheese knife. But if you have an open flame, it's a barbecue. But a barbecue's not a picnic. We need the levels of escalation here. So, what's just snacking outside? Because if I just bring a Subway sandwich outside and eat it, that's not a picnic, right? So there's snacking outside, and then I guess you have to add, do you have to add one more person? Or can you picnic by yourself? So, all right, let's say you're eating a sandwich outside, that's its own thing. You're picnicking if you bring food and you bring another person. Do you have to sit on the ground? People are saying that we can picnic alone. All right. Then what else do you need? Do you need to be sitting on the ground in a picnic? Can you be standing up? Can you bring a chair? Does it have to have a blanket? There are picnic tables. So, all right, I guess you don't need a blanket. You can be sitting down, but you can do it alone. All right, no, I'm sorry. You need somebody else. Otherwise, you're just eating alone and drinking alone. You have to, I'm going to make a decree. I'm making a decree. A picnic requires more than one person. And then from that, if you have an open flame, or is it any kind of cooking? If you were picnicking and you had a ceviche, is that something that now turns it in to a cooking event and not a picnic? We need to lay this out. Everybody, all right, everybody go ahead and email me. Leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. JuRYDaily@gmail.com if you are emailing. Leave a comment on YouTube down below. We need, all right, give me the difference. Escalate me between these three stages: eating outside, a picnic, and a barbecue. I need to know how these three things are different. How are these three things different? Please go ahead and hit me up with the email, JuRYDaily@gmail.com. Speak of the devil. Joe emailed in and said, I opened Pandora's box, so let me proclaim once and for all, if there is a band to define hot sauce, it's Living Color. They're a melting pot of styles, influences, and cultures, domestic enough like Cholula and Tabasco to have radio hits, while wild enough to melt your face with some exotic Asian pepper sauces. Mic dropped. All right. Now we were trying to figure out what bands are what sauces. Hot sauce was something that we became very contentious yesterday because look, hot sauce is undeniably racial. We understand that, right? And there are no doubts that there are cultural and racial hooks into hot sauce that complicate us giving it one band, right? Or even one genre of music. You know, for every Texas Pete's, there's a sriracha. There are Indian hot sauces. There's just a lot. There's a lot of different things. So I initially kind of led with a Latin sort of flair. I was more on the like Miami Sound Machine, Tito Puente kind of tip. But I think now there's no way I could say that a Texas Pete's was Latin. Nor do I'm going to go ahead and reject Living Color. That was... All right, here. This is my mouth guitar on... my mouth guitar for... God, what was CM Punk's Cult of Personality? Look in my eyes, what do you see? Frozen writes, I'll be the one to take the hit on this. Who the hell is Ninja? If it helps, I'm white and 35. All right, Frozen. Ninja is a streamer here on the Twitch platform who streams Fortnite and was hit a tremendous pay dirt when he streamed live with Drake, the singer. You know, there's a lot of modern celebrities, a lot of modern folks who are, you know, into other stuff that now, you know, also are involved in streaming video games and Fortnite specifically. And so Ninja's kind of the biggest name there. It was a huge organic story for Twitch. I can neither confirm nor deny that almost round the clock Drake was playing at Twitch headquarters after that happened. One might say it indeed was God's plan. I want to thank our producers who make this happen. The Gen, PD Rave, Non-Specific Rock and Roll Martian, Joe Acosta, Will! Redneck Tech, James, Bill, Dustin, and middle-aged Mike. You want to become a producer? You want to get your name yelled out at the end of this very stream? The end of this very show? Head on over to payjurydaily.com. You can email me, jurydaily@gmail.com. Please do. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, @Justin R. Young. And, of course, join our Discord at bit.ly/JuryDiscord. That's it. bit.ly/JuryDiscord. Folks, that about wraps it up for me today. Until tomorrow, this is your old pal, Justin Robert Young, asking you to please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky, and more specifically, please, do.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.